And we'll put it up on the. Okay, welcome everyone to the Friday morning of the We Care Team user group, where we talk about all things Now.site, good, bad, indifferent, and greatness coming down the pike.
I
and,
agree.
and one thing you can always be assured with Now.site is that it's like the grass. It keeps on moving. It doesn't grow under their feet, and there's always something new and exciting going on. Either to apply to your business and help you build your business from a stronger base using a digital foundation,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're in the affiliate marketing business and you're looking to earn passive income, it's a great way to do that as they streamline the model. And we're going to talk about a couple things that this morning. The first big thing, I'm going to share my screen here going on this week, and let's get the affiliate stuff out of the way. Is this week starts next week is going to be the battle to 1,000, and it's going to be men versus women. Okay, but you know something? What I love about this is that everybody who participates in this, everybody's a winner, right?
Right.
Now they don't do this often, which is something that I tell folks. The last time they did one of these, Charlie, was what, back in November?
Yeah, early December. That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early December. So they don't do these this often, but they actually do a discount. And the nice one about this one here is these discounts aren't just for the first month, they're for the complete year. Okay. So we've got, good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Okay. And so if you're going to just take networking by itself, it's $23.50 a month. And then the annual is going to be $282. If you do marketing at $23 a month, it's code 23 again. And the annual marketing is 292. The bundle is $47 a month, which is literally 50% off. And the annual bundle is $517. Now, all you guys who know me is I don't know why they even separate these things because in order to get the full benefit of Now.site, you have to use all parts of it to make it work for you. And so I don't even know what I mean. They should just go ahead and do what they did, Charlie, back in the old days, where it was one
Yeah.
price, you get everything. Because what happens with me, with a lot of the people that we onboard, is they'll go on with just marketing, and then after about the second or third session, they'll go, "Well, I should really be doing more of this networking thing." And I'm going, "I tried to tell you that." But no, they said, "Well, I guess I need to sign up for that too," and they do, and we get them a bundle price and a discount on it. So in doing that, but so it's beginning, and then here's the prices and stuff like that. Now the nice thing about it is really cool about this is the bonus program. So let me go to my email. So besides having 50% off on all that, you also can increase commission. If you sold a bunch of customers last month, one, two, three, five, whatever, it actually increases your commissions on your sales this month. So if you sell one person,
I'm sorry, Steve.
yes.
I don't have anything on my screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and stop share and share that again. Thank you for letting me know, Guillermo. Appreciate you. There we go. Can you see that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your email.
So you earn the highest commission in the history of Now.site, actually up to 98%. So you can earn up to 65% on your direct customers a month. You can earn up to 30% on your secondary customers and up to 3% for your entire organization by just onboarding people over the next couple of weeks. And on the AI We Care team page, there is a link right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and watch this video real quick, and let me know if you can see it.
I don't see it.
Okay, hold on for a second. Let me stop share. Let me go ahead and share the screen again. Okay, can you see Vimeo?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's go start here.
The battle to 1,000 men versus women begins, well, now. We are live here at Now.site today, and we also are live here on Facebook to share with you all of the battle details. We have our battle captains listed on the left and the right, representing the men and the women here today. But you all have an opportunity to represent your team as you continue to make sales here. And the first team to get to 1,000 wins. Sonny?
Bien. Donc on démarre, ça y est, la bataille aujourd'hui. Donc les hommes contre les femmes. On a ici nos capitaines américains et européens, donc français, qui représentent la bataille. Les hommes contre les femmes. Qui va gagner? On verra. Et on va ici donc vous donner tous les détails sur cette bataille. But hold on, Sharon. Someone says in the chat that they don't see Est-ce que vous pouvez nous mettre dans le chat? Est-ce que vous voyez bien l'écran? I just want to make sure.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Yes. Okay, great.
Okay, we can all see the screen and we can see it here live on Facebook too as I'm watching. This is our biggest promotion ever in the history of Now.site.
C'est notre plus grande promotion qu'on a fait chez Now.site de tous les temps.
Prices are reduced by 50%.
Les prix sont réduits de 50%.
So we're going to share with you right now that battle pricing that you can offer to new customers.
Donc ici, on va vous partager les prix que vous allez pouvoir offrir à vos nouveaux clients, vos nouveaux affiliés.
The first team to 1,000 new customers wins.
La première équipe arrivée à 1000 clients gagne.
So the ladies, are you ready?
Donc les hommes, est-ce que vous êtes prêts?
So for marketing, we have reduced that price by 50% for $23.50 a month, and prices and commission percentage are locked in for 1 year. I'm going to repeat that. Prices and commission percentage are locked in for 1 year. If you share marketing with your new customer, you can use code 23 so that they can get the discounted monthly price. If they use code 282, which is incredible, they can get the discounted annual price.
Donc, pour le partage de marketing, c'est $23,50 par mois pendant 12 mois en utilisant le code 23, donc c'est 50% moins cher que le prix normal. Et pour networking, la même chose. Pour le plan annuel, ça va être donc $282 au lieu de 564, $282 en utilisant le code 282.
If you share networking with your customers, you can also use that code 23 or 282 for the monthly and annual price.
Pour networking, exactement pareil, vous utilisez les mêmes codes, 23 et 282, $23,50 par mois ou $282 pour l'année.
And if your new customer wants to take advantage of the bundle, which is marketing and networking, you could use code 47 so that your new customer can take advantage of that $47 a month price, or code 517 for the $517 per year price. Remember, these prices and commission are locked in for 1 year.
Pour le bundle, vous avez donc le prix à $47 au lieu de 94 avec le code 47. Et pour l'annuel bundle, c'est $517 pour l'année au lieu de 1128 avec le code 517. Et rappelez-vous que lorsque vous prenez un plan mensuel, le prix est bloqué pendant 12 mois. Et donc pendant 12 mois, le client va avoir les prix qui sont affichés.
You can find all the details at battle2022.now.site. If you want to review all of the details, you can find it at battle2022.now.site.
Vous trouverez tous les détails sur Battle 2022, donc battle2022.now.site. Vous allez avoir tous les détails de ce qu'on vient de vous partager, de ce qu'on est en train de vous partager pour la bataille.
You earn up to 98% commission, and we're going to get into how you can earn up to 98% commission, because on your direct level, you can earn 65%, on your secondary level up to 30%, and then throughout infinity 3%. So earn up to 98% commissions.
Vous allez gagner jusqu'à 98% de commissions. 98% de commissions qui sont reversées sur la bataille des 1000, 30% sur les directs, 30% jusqu'à 65% sur les directs, 30% sur les secondaires et 3% inférieurs, donc jusqu'à 98% reversés en commission.
So your March battle percentage had to do with how many direct sales you had from February 1st until the 28th. So if you had one sale, your March battle percentage and what you can earn right now is 45%. 2 sales, 50%. 3 sales, 55%. 5 sales, 60%. And 10 sales, 65%. So you should know where you're at for that March battle percentage as you give that great offer to your new customers.
Votre pourcentage pour la bataille donc a augmenté avec les ventes que vous avez fait du 1er au 28 février. Une vente, 45%, 2 ventes, 50%, 3 ventes, 55%, 5 ventes, 60% et 10 ventes, 65%. Donc vous savez très certainement combien vous avez fait de ventes pendant février et ça vous donne du coup le pourcentage que vous gagnez sur cette bataille.
But wait, there's more.
Il y a plus.
So your March battle percentage, we are giving you an opportunity to continue to increase your March battle percentage until March 7th. Because even if you make a sale now during the battle, it will count toward the increase that you can have during your March battle percentage. So it doesn't end here. You have until March 7th. So if you make one sale, you can increase your percentage to 45%. 2 sales again, 50%. 3 sales, 55%. 5 sales, 60%. And 10 sales, 65%. This is an incredible opportunity because while you're offering those incredible battle prices right now to your new customers, you can also increase the amount that you can earn until March 7th.
On a donc prolongé la possibilité d'augmenter son pourcentage lors de la bataille. Et pour ça, toutes les ventes générées, donc non pas entre le 1er et le 28 février, mais entre le 1er février et le 7 mars, vont augmenter votre pourcentage. Donc une vente, 45, 2 ventes, 50, 10 ventes, 65. Et on vous donne l'opportunité d'augmenter encore votre pourcentage pendant la bataille. Donc les prix de la bataille, les ventes que vous allez faire pendant la bataille jusqu'au 7 mars comptent pour l'augmentation du pourcentage que vous allez avoir pendant la bataille.
This gives people who maybe just even got started today to get involved in that battle and increase their percentage, which I'm really excited about. So even if you got started today, you can increase your battle earning percentage.
Yes. Donc peu importe aujourd'hui où est-ce que vous en êtes, vous avez encore la possibilité aujourd'hui d'augmenter votre pourcentage pour la bataille.
But wait, you thought I was going to stop there. Well, there's even more.
Il y a encore plus. Cheryl aime bien donner toujours plus d'informations.
It's my famous line, right?
Yeah.
So your March battle percentage, even if you go past March 7th and maybe you didn't get a sale, you could still earn an increase on your direct percentage from even if you have 0 sales to 1 sale, you can still earn 45%. So it's a great offer for every single person, no matter when they get started. Even if they get started during the battle, they can have an increase in their percentage during this battle.
Donc, on a pensé aussi aux personnes qui viennent de nous rejoindre ou qui vont nous rejoindre pendant la bataille. Et donc, même si il y a 0 vente qui ont été faites, eh bien, vous augmentez aussi votre pourcentage à 45%. Donc, même les personnes qui n'ont pas fait de vente ou qui ne vont pas en faire là jusqu'au 7 mars sont quand même payées à 45% sur toutes les ventes de la bataille.
So, with that being said, we want to say, let the battle begin, and may the women, may the best team win.
Donc, ceci étant dit, c'est parti, que la bataille commence. Et donc, on va maintenant avoir les hommes qui... Non, pardon, on va avoir du coup que le meilleur gagne, ok? Que la bataille commence et que le meilleur gagne.
The battle to 1,000 men versus women begins, well, now. We are live here at Now.site.today, and we also are live here on Facebook to share with you all of the battle.
Okay, now that we got our French lesson for the morning. It's a great promotion, Bob. This is good for you because it's going to give Gus a reduced rate, but it's going to give you a higher commission on Monday.
Works for me.
Yep, I'm doing that. So, and as I always reinforce to everyone that if you're not interested in affiliate marketing, at least try and reduce your own business costs, right? So, you get 3 or 4 people on board. And once that happens, if you share and you care, then your cost out of pocket for having the platform, which is phenomenal, is zero to you. And you're also getting maybe a couple extra bucks in your pocket at the same time and doing that and just maintaining it. And the other thing is, don't be hesitant about getting people onboarded or signed up. That's what Mary and I do all day. So if you just refer them to us, we'll get them onboarded, get them signed up, and then we give them follow-up time to make sure they're all set up properly, and so they can start marketing with the platform. And then it's because they're a member of our downlines. You always have us on call if you need some help or a tip or trick or stuff like that. Or you can bring them up on these calls on Friday morning of help you need, and we're here to help you to do that. So I'd like to welcome Nelson. Nelson, welcome this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Jackie, welcome this morning. Glad to see you on as well and doing that. Like I said, Mary's not with us this morning. She is under the weather, and hopefully she'll be back up here in a couple of days on there. But in the meantime, anyone who works with Mary and is watching this call, either as a recording or currently live, you can contact me in the meantime, and I will be able to help you in lieu of her services till she's feeling a little bit better. And you can find my contact information on the AIWeCareTeam.Now.site page, and you can just click on there and go to my Zoom room and just text me before, and if I'm available, I'll get on with you. If not, I'll give you a time when I will be available where we can hook up and make sure we get the solution to your problem done or any help you need in doing that. The other exciting thing that's happening this week, and I don't have anything on this morning, but I just want to talk about it because it's going to be coming up on your platform. And I wanted to know, Mary and I talked about this the other day, and as soon as it's released, a day or two after when Sales Flow comes out, which is the new addition to the CRM networking contact system, which is going to be set up a lot like 3-click marketing on social media. So you're actually going to be able to click 4 times and actually, when you get a good prospect, start that communication process with them, either with templated responses, answers, or you can create your own original content out of there and use it to start working on that individual who may be a prospect for your business or for Now.site, whatever you're using it for, whether it's your products or services or whatever you want to do with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a video. We will go over how to use that and post it up in the video section of the AI We Care Team.Now.site team page on the video tab. And it will also be located on the AI We Care Team YouTube channel as well, for reference if you need that. If you need help understanding it one-on-one and you need somebody to walk you through it, just set up an appointment with Mary and I, and we'll help you with it to get you squared away in doing that. One of the things I've been having a lot of luck with lately is I've been going to a lot of networking meetings lately and going old school, picking up business cards and coming back. And what I'm doing is I'm adding those business cards into my prospects list and doing that. If they haven't used my, some people just don't get using a digital business card. I mean, they would rather just give me, here's my business card, right? It's just another step for me because I have to enter the information. But what I'm doing now is when I enter it in, I put their name, their phone number, their website, and their email address. Then when I go into the add contact section, then I'm enhancing the contact. So I'm going backwards. And I'd say probably about 8 out of 10 that I do that on, I get a lot of really good information back. Gives me more social media, account addresses, a little bit about where they work, where they went to school, their education, maybe the neighborhood they live in, what their financial uh, interests are. Like, do they have bank cards? Do they have a line of credit? So all of a sudden, I get to know this person a lot more as I'm reaching out to them, which actually, when I look at that, then gives me what are the different hooks that I can use to talk to this person. So one of the search items I use when I'm looking for people is I look for people who are looking for passive income, residual income, affiliate marketing, multi-level marketing, those type of things. And so I start the conversation with them on basically saying, I see you're interested in residual income. Would you like to share with me what successes you've had in what areas? And why don't we schedule a call together and talk about how we can mutually benefit each other? And that seems to be a pretty good door opener for me. In the last couple of weeks, I've signed up 4 new accounts going backwards and doing that stuff using the prospecting tool and doing that. However, there's still good old school ways of doing it, and it takes time. I'm working with Bob. Bob Brundett is in my downline, and you just got to be patient. And we've been working on this for about a month now, right, Bob? And we're gonna get some. I think with this special and stuff like this, I think there's a couple of people we're gonna be able to sign up under Bob this week, and doing that because this is 50% off and doing stuff. But again, I reinforce, it's not about the affiliate marketing. It's really, it's good for their business. If you're using the platform of your business, it's going to get you out there what you need to do and do things, and do that kind of stuff. So that's basically all I had this morning.
Steve,
Yeah,
let me ask a question.
sure.
I know that the 50% off counts during the battle, but does it also count right now?
Yes.
So if they sign people up this weekend, they're actually increasing their ability to make money during the battle, but it's also getting them in now. So that's
Yep. Also
cool.
gets busy, and you'll get paid on it in March. I mean, in April. You'll get paid on it in
April.
April, and
Yeah.
doing that. So it's a real bellwether. The new compensation program. Just a few words about that. Charlie and I were talking about that before. The new compensation program works.
Yes.
I made more money this month than I would have made on the old program, actually substantially, a couple $100 more. And Charlie, it's same thing with you, right?
Right.
A couple $100 more. So it's definitely more of a direct commission program, and it's paying out more than it was before. I think the magic dividing line is going to be is if you're at 400 and above, because that's going to generate your downline to get the higher percentages on your second levels.
And don't be afraid to ask them about the annual pay, because a lot of these guys that own businesses would rather pay 517 than they would to pay $47 a month for 12 months, which is nearly $600.
Right.
And if you just say it's up to you, you can do it 47 a month, or you can do it annually for 517. That's not a bad deal.
Yep. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of, different ways of doing that. I do have a spreadsheet that is going to be put back in the on the team page this weekend. You can't upload Excel spreadsheets, but you can upload PDFs. So I'm going to upload a PDF to the back office that you can look at, and it'll show a 24-month projection. If you just signed up, as Charlie said, one person a month on an annual plan and 3 people a month on a monthly plan, it shows that at the end of 24 months, even with and I actually built a retention rate in there of, I think, of 91%. If you on retention with the formula, that at the end of the 24 months, your passive income can be $2,000 a month by just doing that. So, and at the end of, I think it's the end of 10 months, you're at $1,000 a month.
Right.
And so, it's doable if you set goals and objectives, and you just share with people and talk to people. You know, it's a good pay program. I I don't know any other program. The one thing I like about affiliate marketing programs versus multi-level marketing is
Yeah.
that literally there's no product to buy.
Right.
I don't know how many of you guys have friends and family who have got garages full of Amway products and Herbalife and cosmetics and God knows what else. I mean, that you have to buy to be a member of the program. Here, it's really a share and care program. You know, it's and you can opt out anytime. There's no contracts, anything else like that. But once somebody gets the program up and running and they see the benefits and they're using it on a regular basis, and what I mean is being active on the platform 3 to 4 days a week for at least an hour or so, and have some kind of strategy of what you're trying to do and updating your things to learn how to do it. Um, I mean, it generates results for me. I mean, in the last in the month of February, from website customer fills and from social media engagements and responses back to me, I was able to pick up 47 new contacts that were interested in what I'm doing. And if my closing rate's about what it's been, I'd say probably by the end of March, that 5 to 6 of those people will be new clients of mine in doing that.
That's good. That's really good. That's really nice.
But you got to work it. It's like anything else. You got
Abs-
to work it.
Don't be afraid to ask your friends and neighbors about the program, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I hope I don't offend somebody by saying something. But the point is, friends and neighbors don't rarely tell each other what's really going on in their lives, and they could be in big need and never mentioned it to you. And if you bring this up, they might say, wow, that's what I was looking for.
Right.
The other thing I wanted, Mary and I talked about the other day that I wanted to bring up this morning was, um, as far as videos go, is there anything on the platforms that you would like us to shoot a video on how to use it or apply it?
Mm.
Because every once in a while, it happens to me is I'll be demoing with somebody who brought somebody to me. Because a lot of times the sponsor will also be on the call, and I'll show them something on the platform. They'll go, "I didn't know it could do that," and yeah, it does that. You can do that kind of stuff, or how I use it and how I apply it. You know, one of the two of the really good and useful tools on it. One is geofencing. And then but you got to analyze that and watch it. If the ad's not working, don't leave it up there. You can change it anytime during the month. So it's good to have, 2 or 3 ads. Watch it, watch it for a week or so. And if the ad isn't working or getting you the response you need, then change it out. One of the things that I recommend to people is Canva. Canva is a wonderful graphic arts program, and it does a lot for free. You don't have to buy it. And then the other thing that's good about it is if you do want the pro version, it's really inexpensive. I think it's like $15.95 for the year. And you can do professional ads very quickly on that and get your message out on what you want to do. Or you can put multiple messages out there. You can have more than one geofencing campaign. You can have as many as you want. And you can circle different geography with different messages. But that's a really super good tool, and it's super affordable. I mean, think about I pose it this way: if you had to have 50,000 flyers printed up and distributed, how much would that cost you? If it was hand distribution, mail distribution, put it inside a newspaper, whatever, what would that cost you? And you can do the same thing by posting on the Google Display Network doing geofencing in a targeted area, targeting customers you want to talk to who need your services, and you can reach 10,000 people for $50 a month. You can't buy better advertising than that. The other thing that's an extremely good tool and why databases are so important is drip email campaigns. You should have 2 or 3 drip email campaigns for different stages of your business. You should have one for prospects. You should have one for retention of accounts. And that should be tied to a newsletter and doing a newsletter, letting people know what you're doing, tying it to your social media. Make sure you're posting at minimum 3 times a week on social media. And don't post just to post. Post content that's relevant that your people want to know about. So it's like, for example, in the beauty business, I have a client. She was actually my first client. She owns a couple of Fantastic Sam's stores, and we were talking on the phone the other day, and she told me that the best thing that she ever did was her Instagram posts that we set up, and also her newsletter on what the latest cuts and styles are. What are the latest colors? What are the different things? And then she runs flash sales where if she's bit like if her stylists are sitting around and they got no appointments between 11 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she'll push out a email flash sale to her customer base saying, call in and get 25% off your last appointment if you make an appointment and come in today. And she's filling chairs that way so that the stylist isn't sitting there just reading a magazine, twiddling fingers. And the stylists love it because why? They get paid when they cut hair.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. So you have to be on top of your business, and that's one of the reasons why. And if you work with me, one of the things I talk about is the importance of a digital marketing coordinator. Either learning to be that position yourself or hiring somebody to do that for you.
Okay, sign me up.
Okay? Or hiring somebody like me. And trust me, I don't want that business. For me, that's busy work.
Yeah.
But what I would rather do is have you find someone,
Mm-hmm.
let me train them for you,
Mm-hmm.
bring them up to speed, or have Mary train them, get them where
Mm-hmm.
they need to be, so then you can just tell them what you need and get it done. And one of the things, Bob will be coming to my seminar next week, and what we're going to talk about is the digital marketing coordinator, what that looks like, who is it, and what do they do. And we're going to be doing a whole thing on that. And I'll probably post on the AI We Care page because I talked to SBDC about this the other day. And Bob, they're going to let me share the resource page I put together for the group.
Very
So
good.
it's got a lot of wonderful resources on it that you can use to help build your digital foundation. And one of
Which
them,
day is your seminar?
it's Tuesdays. It's going to be next Tuesday and the following Tuesday. One's in League City. The other one is in Texas City.
Oh,
You can
cool.
go to the Galveston County SBDC website, and you can register for either one on there. They're free,
Cool.
and in return, you get the resource page, and then you also get a copy of the PowerPoint presentations I give.
And you go to where? Galveston?
Yeah, Galveston County Small Business Development Center. So if you're here in Houston, I'd love to see you. Come visit us, and if not, I'm thinking about Mary and I were talking about the other day because Mary actually came to one of the meetings, and I'm probably going to take the PowerPoint presentation, do a voiceover, and actually do it as a video and put it up on our YouTube channel, so you can actually watch it up there if you want to spend 2 hours listening to me drone about everything digital. But hopefully you learned something out of it. Bob's actually been to both 2 of my previous seminars. Bob, what did you think?
Very good. Very good. Well thought out and well planned.
Yep. And I take that very highly because Bob's a former uh, uh, independent school district supervisor. That's high praise coming from Bob, and I appreciate that on doing that. Okay. Anything else I can help anybody with this morning?
Well, I would love to have a conversation about um, um, an outline for moving forward and using I have enough to move with. I just need to understand how to set the program up. I am looking for someone to hire though.
Okay, well, what I can do for you, Adrian, first of all, is
Mhm.
I've got your email address. I will send you a
Hmm.
link to a landing page
Hmm.
of 2 case studies I did
Hmm.
that were very successful. One's for a liquor store, and the other one is for an insurance agency. But
Hmm.
it outlines all the steps that I did for them as a consultant
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
that you can follow, and what the end result was for retaining my services and how I set it up.
Yeah, checklist is very good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anything else? Guillermo, where do you need to start at? Since you're jumping right back in here again.
I mean, the mic on?
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure. No, I'm still learning. I mean, basically, yesterday it was very enlightening with Mary. She brought up a lot of good points. I think the place I need to start at really is using that advertising that you were talking about and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
geofencing, yeah. But I also warn people, don't jump
That's
into that.
basically what I'm looking at.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
jump in that till you got at least your website and some kind of engagement tool set up so people can respond to you so you can gather their information and learn more about what you do. You got to
okay.
make sure that that's all working before you do any kind of push advertising.
So you're talking about like your email campaigns and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, you need to have something that can respond to them, and
Okay,
you need to really build your foundation before you start promoting
got it.
on
Right.
doing that. Nelson, how you doing, sir? How's Florida? You still in Florida?
Mm.
No, I came back last night.
Did you? Did you go to Key West?
Oh yeah, it
How'd you like it?
was beautiful. Tremendous amount of fun.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, growing up in, my parents, like I said, had a place in the Lower Keys for 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And water, man.
Yeah,
Water was incredible.
I basically grew up on Big Pine Key on weekends.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and I just read an article the other day because they're, with sea level rising,
Uh,
but
not,
they're trying
not that I heard anything about that. I didn't hear anything about that.
yeah, they're trying to figure out. There's a species of deer in the Florida Keys.
Yeah, the little one.
Yeah, they're called key deer,
Yeah, I saw him.
and they live in Big Pine Key. That's where most of them are.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out where they can relocate them and start breeding them in other parts of Florida now that would be conducive to their habitat. Because the reason they're small is because they've been on the Florida Keys for God knows what, 100,000 years, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so they need to move it into the same kind of environment to make sure the species continues to exist. Because they said that, we have friends that have places on Little Torch Key and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And anytime they get a full moon now, where their home is located on Little Torch Key, the bottom floor, where up on sticks, but the bottom floor is under about 6 to 8 inches of water now.
Wow. Well, it may be rising. I mean, I know I saw some homes being built on the coast, and the requirements are higher now for them to be set higher.
Yeah, kind of like they did in Galveston.
Yeah, and I mean, chickens all over the place, man. It was crazy.
How many iguanas did you see?
I didn't see that many iguanas, man. And I know they have a lot of them, and people talked about them, but there were chickens everywhere. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just,
Did you
they have chickens over there like we've got squirrels here,
Yeah. Did you see Did you see any of the 5-toed cats in Key
Oh
West?
yeah, the six-toe
The
six-toe
six-toed,
cats.
yeah, those are Hemingway's. And
Yeah, we went to Hemingway's house.
Did you? Good.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. But that water was phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like, but you want to know when I was a kid, It wasn't like that.
Huh.
The water was more like Galveston.
No, you're kidding me.
No, because the sugar mills had cut off all the fresh water going down through the Everglades,
Yeah.
and Miami was pumping all their sewage right out in the ocean.
Yeah. No, this was beautiful. As a matter of fact, on the drive up, you could see turtles in the water.
Yep.
And I told my wife, the fact that you could see anything in the water is a miracle.
Yeah, I mean the water down there is gin clear now. I mean, but when I was a kid, there were
Yeah.
days when it was just terrible because of all in fact, even in the Thousand Islands, which is on the Gulf side of the Keys, the salinity got so high in the water because there wasn't enough fresh water coming in. It was
Yeah.
chasing all the species out to deeper water.
It was crazy beautiful, man.
Well, that's what I guess who you can thank for all that stuff, and I hate to say this, Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Bill
Okay.
was the one that signed all the bills that got Florida cleaned up. He redid the Kissimmee River and took
Yeah.
care of the sugar mills and got all that fresh water. Guillermo, remember back in the 70s and 80s that the Everglades would get so dry that they would do nothing but burn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that never happens anymore.
Nope. Nope. We don't have that problem anymore.
Well, because the water flowing through there now. So I'm doing that. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me this morning, and hope you got something out of this call. And tell your friends, bring somebody with you to the call next week. Prospect, a business colleague, or somebody you think could use the system. And if they have any questions, we can answer them here on this call with the AWT team in doing that. So with that, everybody have a great weekend.